Welcome to this Kenya Wanam Notam movement, or KWM deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're really digging into some pretty compelling insights coming directly from the KWM itself. We're focusing on visionary leadership and, the future the KWM sees for Kenya.
Right. And our mission really is to unpack who they're talking about, the key people, and the core message. What are they actually proposing?
Exactly. What's the path forward they see? Okay, let's unpack this.
So first off, context is key, right? The sources we're looking at, they really paint this picture of Kenya being at a major crossroads, a significant one. There's this feeling of weariness described, people just exhausted by recycled politicians. That phrase comes up a lot.
Yeah, and empty promises, too.
Exactly, empty promises. The material really emphasizes that the nation is looking for a fundamental shift, a real change in leadership, not just, shuffling the deck chairs.
That feeling definitely comes through strongly, and the KWM, they don't seem to be holding back on that point.
Not at all.
I mean, one of the boldest things is this notice. It's addressed to all leaders, current, future, presidents, cabinet, parliament, county leaders.
Yeah, quite the statement.
It says, "Skiza waken ya skiza ground," or be impeached, be kicked out by our votes, even before line tam ends.
And just to clarify, skiza waken ya skiza ground basically means listen to Kenyans, listen to what people are actually saying on the ground.
Right. And one tam, that's their first term.
First term in office. So the message is incredibly direct. Perform, listen, or you're out. Vote it out, even midterm.
It sets a tone of serious accountability.
Yeah.
Very urgent.
And what's interesting is how the sources root this in, widespread frustration. The KWM says Kenya is just tired of recycled politicians.
From both sides, it seems.
Yes, exactly. They actually mention Raila Odinga and William Ruto specifically. Major figures, examples, they say, of broken promises and failed leadership.
So it's not about picking a side between them.
No, the core feeling highlighted is just. The people are done with the same old faces. That's the quote. It's about wanting a fundamental change in how things work, who leads, and how they deliver.
Okay, so if people are looking for something new, who does KWM point to? Who could lead this change?
Well, this is where Senator Edwin Sifuna comes in. He's presented as a really central figure in the KWM's vision.
What qualities do they highlight?
The sources mention his courage, his boldness, also a deep understanding of the people's struggles, and crucially, the ability to stand firm against opposition.
Sounds like they see real potential there, transformative potential.
Definitely. But there's also a challenge pointed out, a significant one.
Oh, what's that?
The sources suggest he's been tethered to outdated political forces, specifically his linked to Raila Odinga, whose time, they argue, has passed.
Ah, okay. So an association that's seen as holding him back.
Exactly. The KWM perspective is that this connection has limited his potential to really usher in something new. It's like he's at a fork in the road.
Which leads to the big question, I guess.
Precisely. The sources ask it directly. Can he free himself from the shackles of past politics?
That's quite the framing. Shackles.
It is. And the KWM sees this break as absolutely vital, necessary for him to rise as a beacon of hope for all Kenyans and properly lead this new era.
So it's like a test for him, to show he represents genuine change.
That's the implication. A decisive moment. The sources suggest true change needs more than just words. It needs a clear, visible break from the old ways that, in KWM's view, haven't worked for the majority. It's about independence.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. But Sifuna isn't the only one the KWM talks about, right?
No, not at all. The vision is broader. The sources identify other key people they believe have the vision and skills to help transform the country.
Like who?
Figures like Patrick Lumumba, James Mwangi, and Peter Ndegwa.
So it's more of a collective approach they're hinting at.
It seems so. These individuals are framed as representing a new wave of thought leadership.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, the sources present it as a fundamental shift from the old political elites, the ones they say have only enriched themselves while leaving the majority of Kenyans in poverty.
So bringing in people from different fields, not just career politicians.
Exactly. Leaders who've shown impact elsewhere, who might bring different perspectives and perhaps a stronger focus on tangible results for everyone.
Okay, let's dig into these individuals a bit more. Starting with Patrick Lumumba. What's his background?
Lumumba is described as a renowned lawyer and, significantly, the former director of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, the EACC.
Ah, okay. So anti-corruption is his focus.
Very much so. The sources emphasize his strong advocacy for leadership accountability and a complete overhaul of Kenya's corrupt political system. He's all about integrity, transparency, and development.
So the KWM sees him as someone who could fundamentally change the culture of leadership.
Precisely. Someone to help ensure public service actually serves the public. His background directly addresses that core KWM critique about past leadership failures.
Okay. Then James Mwangi, CEO of Equity Bank, right?
Yes, James Mwangi. His leadership at Equity is highlighted as a major success story, turning the bank into a symbol of financial inclusion.
Meaning?
Meaning bringing banking services to millions who were previously excluded, especially ordinary Kenyans, people in rural areas. It's seen as practical empowerment.
So connecting corporate success to national progress.
Absolutely. The KWM seems to value his track record and understanding of the economy. They see him as key for driving growth in areas like education, healthcare, infrastructure, real-world impact.
And the third name, Peter Ndegwa.
Peter Ndegwa, the CEO of Safaricom. He's presented as another leader driving change, this time through technology.
Safaricom is huge in Kenya, obviously.
Exactly. Under him, the company has expanded its reach and services. Mobile tech, financial services like M-Pesa. The sources point to his innovation and commitment to corporate social responsibility.
So his expertise is in digital transformation.
Right. And the idea is that his work expanding digital access and connectivity can help create a more inclusive and prosperous future, using modern tools to empower people, essentially.
So looking at these three, Lumumba, Mwangi, Ndegwa, alongside Sifuna, the KWM seems to be suggesting a kind of dream team.
You could say that. The sources definitely emphasize their collective potential. How together Sifuna, Lumumba, Mwangi, and Ndegwa could push Kenya towards that more equitable future.
Where development isn't just talk.
Exactly. Where it's a tangible reality for all. It's about blending political will with proven expertise from finance, tech, and anti-corruption efforts.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, what's the core message about these leaders together?
The KWM message, based on the sources, is that these leaders get it. They understand the need for unity, economic development, and crucially, that complete overhaul of the political system.
So leaders willing to tackle the tough issues, corruption, inequality.
That's the portrayal. Leaders ready to build a government that works for everyone, not just the connected few.
And this connects to that Wantum slogan I saw mentioned.
It does. The Wantum slogan, Kenya's future starts with you. This seems to be from another related KWM post.
What's the idea behind that?
It seems to be about empowerment, especially for young people. A call for direct action. It shifts the focus from waiting for leaders to acting yourself.
So individual responsibility meets collective action.
Seems like it. The KWM says it's time for the youth of Kenya to rise and create change today. It's an invitation, really. Be part of shaping the future.
And that actually ties into our first call to action for you, the listener. The Kenya Wantum Notum movement invites you to get involved. You can visit www.wantumnotum.com, create an account, and start sharing your own ideas. Ideas for your village, your city, the whole nation.
Yeah, connecting that grassroots energy to the broader vision.
So this brings us back to Senator Sifuna then. His role seems critical in this whole setup.
Absolutely. The sources really circle back to him in this urgent call. Now is the time for Kenya to embrace bold leadership.
And the spotlight is on him. Will he rise to the occasion?
That's the question posed. And this raises an important, specific possibility mentioned in the sources.
Go.
The idea of Sifuna potentially running for president as an independent candidate.
Independent, so breaking away formally.
Yes. Free from the influence of, as they put it, outdated political figures. The KWM source material states very clearly the nation is ready for that change.
Wow. That's presented as the ultimate test for him then.
It seems to be framed that way. His willingness to make that definitive break is positioned as crucial for him to embody the kind of bold, new leadership the movement is calling for.
And the sources end with a pretty powerful message aimed right at him.
They do. It's a direct rhetorical question. The future is in your hands, Sifuna. Will you lead the charge?
Quite the challenge. It really underlines the idea that the nation is waiting for bold, courageous leadership that puts the people first. And maybe that move is what's needed to kickstart it all.
So if we summarize the main takeaway from this deep dive, The Kenya Wantam Notam movement, as presented in these sources we've looked at, it's really putting forward a strong case for a completely new direction in Kenyan leadership.
Yeah, new faces, new approaches.
Exactly. Accountable, forward-thinking leadership. It highlights people like Sifuna, Lumumba, Mwangi, and Ndegwa, but it's also about this whole new governance model focused on the people, on real development, and critically empowering individuals, especially youth, to be part of it.
It leaves you with a lot to think about. So a final thought for you, our listener. What does all this mean for you? How do you see Kenya's leadership future shaping up, particularly with these calls for more accountability and this bold new vision?
Definitely something to ponder.
And we really encourage you again to explore more about the Kenya Wantam Notam movement. You can visit www.wantamnotam.com. Create your account there, share your ideas, be part of the conversation about changing your village, your city, and the nation.
Get involved.
Thank you for listening to the Kenya Wantam Notam Movement KWM podcast.